I thought Chicago had a very good game plan against the Sixers when Embiid was involved in a screen on the basketball. They were basically treating him like Draymond Green, Ben Simmons. This is now 2 straight games where I believe the Sixers mainly ran their offense through Joel Embiid, and the outcome was 106 points against Brooklyn and 102 points yesterday against Chicago. Past 2 games, Embiid has had a 30.7 usage percentage, Maxey 25.3. He's been the number 1 option. The Sixers are doing everything possible to get the Maxey and Embiid 2-man game going. The problem is when Embiid screens on him, as I was saying earlier, he is treated like Ben Simmons because as a roller, he's averaging .97 points per possession as a roller. That's terrible. 25th percentile. On top of that, half the time he doesn't roll, he pops to the perimeter. Guess what? He's shooting 25% from 3. That leads us to the film. Double screen for Maxey, and guess what? Vucevic and Okoro stay on him. Look at Kevin Huerter. He's more focused on Paul George than Joel Embiid, because the Bulls know if they do pass to Embiid, they will live with him as a driver. They're also quick enough to recover because he's a slow decision maker when it comes to just catching and shooting from deep. Now, you did see some success from him screening off the ball for Maxey or Paul George, but the thing is, this doesn't happen nearly enough, and it only happens for the 2 best players. He never sets off-ball screens for a Grimes, a McCain. They just sprinkle it in here and there. Like, it doesn't happen every single possession, so it's like, whatever. Back to Embiid, Maxey 2-man game. What do you know? Maxey's doubled already. Here, they're still able to make it work, and Embiid eventually gets a mid-range shot, but here's another issue. Look at Paul George and VJ. They're just standing and having a good time, probably thinking about what they're going to do after. Now, the Sixers' main counter to this is put him on the basketball. You can't disrespect him on the basketball. But here is the issue with running offense through Embiid on the basketball. It's not creating any offense for other guys. He had 1 assist yesterday, and in the past 2 games, he only has 4.5 potential assists. Chicago said, if Joel Embiid's going to beat us through iso ball, it is what it is. Look at the help defenders. They don't care. Look at the Sixers standing and watching. And don't get it twisted. At times it worked. You know, Joel Embiid led the team in scoring. But the issue is, this only led to him cooking, and everyone else was out of rhythm all night long. A kick-out pass from him in this spot was never happening. If it did, it maybe once or twice. Or if it did, he was demanding the basketball right back, and once again, everyone's standing and watching. This right here is a great example of why Chicago has deployed, we're not respecting Embiid off the basketball. Naturally, he has Trey Jones on him, a mismatch. He tries to drive, and it just goes nowhere. As a driver this season, he's very slow. Getting to his spots have been difficult. Basically, if Embiid's driving, it feels like a win for the defense. All his buckets are tough. Plus, at this point in 2025, he rarely passes when he drives. This is what the Big 3 offense has been. Tyrese Maxey's now, I want to ISO because we've just been standing and watching Embiid go to work for a whole entire quarter. By the way, Paul George is treated like Jakar Sampson when he's playing next to Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey. He doesn't do anything. They don't pass him the ball. They don't include him in anything besides a rare action where he's just used as a screener and popper. Back to Embiid screening on the basketball. What do you know? They don't care about him popping, and they're willing to live with this 3. Just get a hand up, whatever, he makes it. That's a good defensive possession, according to Billy Donovan. And right now, this season, he's not really wrong. 25.9% from 3 on the year for Embiid. Now we get a rare Joel Embiid roll. Io takes him away. Maxey a bit slow, passing to Paul George. And look at Embiid. He's like, I want the ball. So Barlow has no driving lane. He also got cut off by Huerter. And guess what? Everything has to end with an Embiid shot. I'm sorry, Embiid lovers out there, but as I was watching, I was just imagining being his teammate right now, and I would absolutely hate it. It's not 2023 anymore. He's got to figure out a better way of just fitting in. Again, Maxey and Embiid 2-man game, there's no point in running it. Maxey's doubled off the screen. He takes one look at Joel Embiid, sees the pocket pass is not open. He's like, no, we're not going to you, buddy. At least the Sixers got some off-ball movement on this play. Paul George missed the shot, most likely because he never even sees the rock. A lot of Sixers fans just think it's pure coincidence that the past 2 games, they can't hit a three-pointer. Maybe it's because they never make more than one pass. This time, Paul George on the basketball, and you see the disrespect they have in terms of Embiid as a screener. Kevin Huerter is switched on to Embiid. Kevin freaking Huerter. And this is the shot quality the Sixers get. A bailout call from the referees. Terrible call, by the way. Great illustration of why in 2025 you should not respect Embiid's screening. Just double the basketball. Because things like this never happen. Here he's catching with all this space, and he makes a quick driving decision, a quick pass out, and it leads to a maxi 3. This never happens. And the Sixers all game long, they just continued to have him screen on the basketball. No adjustments. Their counter was this: Embiid ISO. Now in the fourth quarter, I thought there was like a small 2-minute segment. They had him off the basketball. You get VJ downhill, then you get Maxey downhill, pass to Embiid. I don't really mind that. But now on the basketball, you see Maxey running off of Joel Embiid. It kind of turns into a natural screen. And now you got Maxey running down full speed with space. Sadly, Maxey was a mess this game. He smokes this layup against Josh Giddey. Next possession, on-ball screen. He's immediately doubled. Good look, unfortunate miss. And now we're back to Embiid ISO ball. First time it works. Next possession, Josh Giddey gives him respect off the basketball, opens up a 3. Problem is, everyone's ice cold outside of Embiid. Again, sets a great off-ball screen. Maxey just can't connect. Crunch time showcases that it's not all Joel Embiid. I'm not blaming everything on him. Maxey has been awful, and I mean awful, the past 2 games. My issue yesterday, the Sixers were playing a style of basketball where they were daring their own team to be cold as ice because there was no ball movement, and it was just, yo, Embiid, do your thing, and we'll stand and watch. This season, Sixers are 10-6 without Joel Embiid. 3-7 with Joel Embiid in his last 10 games. I'm just asking for a little, take a back seat. Just look at the body language of his teammates when he's isoing. They're like, what are we doing here? We play a different style without you, and then when you're on the court, we gotta feed you like it's 2023? I posted after the game. Everyone was mad at me, by the way. I'm over number 21, 5 rebounds as a center. Sixers have to hide him on non-shooters. Everything has to be ran through him. 0 hustle plays. He eliminates the transition game on both ends. Everyone else is moping when he's isoing. They don't enjoy it. Why should they? It's not 2023. I appreciate Embiid for his time. One of my favorite players of all time, by the way, but I'm just being real.